Hey guys, so one person wanted me to do a review here of the iPod Touch with the final iOS. So let's take a look at it over here because people have requested it. So now the first thing here is that I think that this phone has the same kind of specs as, let's say, the iPhone 4S. Could be a little bit different in terms of RAM, but you can see one of those cool things here. With the iPod Touch 5th generation, you can't download iOS 7 if I can recall on the iPod Touch 4th generation. I think that one doesn't have too much memory for that. But you can see that you get this kind of blur effect here that you do get same in the 4S. So you get it in here in the new control center. You also get it, of course, here when you go down like this. And you also get it inside of the notification center. You can see here the performance also is very, very good. I use an iPod Touch every single day in my daily life to listen to music. Let's also see here when we do a transition here. You can see there, very, very smooth. And now just because I do have the white iPhone or iPod Touch 5th generation, let's see here if we boot this down, or pink edition. If we do get another kind of lock screen. So you can see that it is black. You don't get that cool white background and black Apple as you do get on the iPhone 5 white. Okay, there we go. So let's see here. One thing that you will notice here is probably also the new kind of wallpapers here. So you don't get the same as you would get in the iPhone 5. You get dynamic wallpapers, but they do actually match the iPod Touch colors, which has a different kind of tone and look to it. So you can see this pink color, it has a different pink color. And I think it looks pretty awesome. But if I would have to choose, I think actually I would like the original that you do get on the iPhones. Or I'm not sure if you say original. But this blue, I really like when it's more blue than this. This one is almost like a weird color, but I definitely do think that it matched the iPod Touch 5th generation colors, the yellow, the pink, and like the blue. Which is what Apple was looking for, that you can have a kind of like a matching design. It would also be cool if you can download wallpapers, but hey, Apple doesn't like when you get too much freedom, so that's probably not going to happen. And let's see here if we can go back here. And then we do have these new wallpapers in here, these new Steels wallpapers. Wait a sec, is this a new one? No, I don't think so. You can go down here, you can see it. I think it's exactly almost the same, maybe not exactly the same. I think these could be a different tone also to match the iPod Touch 5th generation. What you also do get in here is, of course, these new ringtones and new alarm sounds. You may be wondering, like, this is an iPod Touch, why would you use that? Well, let's see here. Well, I think that you use that for FaceTime calls. So you have a ringtone here, these new for iOS 7. And then you do have a classical folder here with even older ringtones, and that should have been well when I was 6. And then we do have the new alert tones. There we go, and also the classical. We also get some new sounds. One is a new charging sound here. I don't have a charger here, but it's a different sound. And then we do have the new sound here when we lock the device. More of like an echo sound, I think, which is pretty sweet. Not, of course, extremely big things. You can hear also that Apple seems to have removed fully the unlock sound. Let's take a look at the camera app here. And you can see here that we get these kinds of filters as well that you would get in an iPhone 5 and an iPhone 4S, which is pretty sweet. We also do get the square mode. I think that's for Instagram. The panorama mode, so you can take long pictures. I don't think though that Apple seems to have removed this thing with panoramic wallpapers. Maybe they will come back to that again. You do of course have this HDR mode here, so you should be able to take some better photos. I'm not really sure if it makes a difference though, but you can also see here that it really doesn't have any problems with transitions or anything, as the iPhone 4 has. It's kind of like an iPhone 4S, and that is definitely a nice little experience. Of course, I can go over every single separate app that has been updated with its own kind of theme and look. Here we do have the App Store, and this is the new App Store feel. And just to sum it up here a little bit, the iOS 7 has more of a black and white look, but also more focus on colors. So you can see here, let's say in the you can see definitely here a black and white look in the clock app. You can see this theme here also a lot of red, and how it looks different here, like in the stopwatch and everything. It's kind of like a big update. Just change the sound here. And there you can also see one of those things when you can use like the ringtones or the alarm sounds. Sometimes you just need a sound. It doesn't really need to be a phone. Of course, you can see that you don't get the phone app here. Also on this device, you can see the calendar here has also a different look and feel, and like a lot of red, as I said there, white and black, and more of a flat feeling of the whole UI. I still do believe that you do have that kind of lag. The first time, always you bring down the spotlight, you always get that kind of first lag, which I'm really not sure why Apple can't fix. Can't like try to use preload it. I have noticed sometimes that I do get some like Wi-Fi issues, and then I have to reset my router and everything. And it's been happening on my iPod Touch, some of my iPhones as well, so I'm not sure if it has something with iOS 7 to do, but I haven't really noticed any major problems. So I definitely would kind of like recommend this update at the moment. So if you want to see anything specific, let's say the browser or anything on the iPod Touch 5th generation, let me know about that, and I will definitely see what I can do. But you can see here it's flowing pretty good, and Apple has really done a good job with the iOS 7 update here as well for the iPod Touch 5th generation. So it's kind of like having an iPhone 4S, but of course with the super thin design here. Let's see, the super thin design here of the iPod. You can see here how, oh wow, so this is how this one looks in kind of like landscape mode. Interesting. You can also disable this inside of apps if you don't want to have that. You can see some of these features here in this control center. Some quick toggles for rotating the screen, do not disturb mode, Bluetooth, You have Wi-Fi, airplane mode, and very cool brightness slider here, which I've been using for a few years on my Galaxy devices, but finally here it is available on iOS, and that's nice. So hopefully we can get a jailbreak out and be able to tweak and customize our devices more in the future with iOS 7. So quickly look here. Hopefully you did enjoy that. Have a good day.